Hello, everybody, and welcome to After the Layout Photos. We just missed the train go by, but we didn't forget Rocky today. So let's see. Let's see who made it over here. Dwight, Curly Express. He is here. Getting back on track with Steve. Welcome. Brother Dan, Kevin Brown, Brad, Willow Creek Industrial Spur. And let's see. Faulkner, Station, Engage, Daz. Welcome to the show. There we go. We had a few more people over on the other side. Let me know. My Wi-Fi here is showing low, little low spot right now, right? So hopefully we're getting stuff. How is the audio? I have new stuff this time. Oh, JP, welcome to the show. I'm going to jump over to the other camera shortly. Show the roundhouse. Okay. Well, I have invested in some up-level mics here. So the remote mics. There's actually two of them. But yeah, so and you get a little I can't show you the receiver part, but that part is everything is working okay after I plugged it in directly to the sound input. Got everything going there, so I think we are good to go, and we are wireless. Yeah, somebody will have to come in, and we got the return of the Kodachrome. So I just got this back this week. Put it on the layout, ran just fine, and it's running great right now. The issue was there was a broken wire connecting to the motor, which is one of the things I expected would have been wrong with it, but there's no reason why when you buy something for the price that you buy it, that you should have to wait or have to have it broken out of the box. So again, when I got this originally, if you remember, uh, the decoder seemed to work fine, although it was a little sluggish. It took more power to actually program it. But yeah, so we got this back and it's running with its sister. What do we call these? The lobotomized twins. So we've got the Kodachrome and a gray and red color running. Yeah, so these are actually SD40 T-2s. So yeah, if I see more Kodachromes, and especially if I see the other half of them, and if somebody actually releases a Santa Fe version of that, that would be kind of cool and in scale. Pete Motley, welcome to the show. I'm just here. Okay, so we got her now coming back. So it came around the helix and it's going back downgrade, back down towards the entry to the staging yard. I got lost. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why I'm having that issue there, and I'm going to watch carefully over there because it's right around in this area going down that grade that two of the 89-foot flat cars decided to part ways. And they're not doing it this time. I did not get your email, Steve. I am not in the habit of checking my Great Northern JJ. I should go and check that now. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Let me switch channels. Switch counts. All right. Okay. Great to hear that, Steve. You got the t-shirt. Awesome. So that was the final. Hey, John, too, welcome to the show. Yeah, so let me go. Better get switched over to the other view. Rocky's about to oversee the train coming past. So we can see a better shot of that Kodachrome. It does look nice. One thing I don't like about these, even the scale trains and the BLIs, you would think for a 6-axle in this small train, be able to pull it off at 2% grade, but it turns out not so much. So those F7s, 2 F7s would work. But yeah, it requires 2 diesels to pull it off this 2% grade. Whereas the one, yeah, but you'd think with a local that I wouldn't need 2, but I guess it's kind of common practice to run 2, even for branch line. So this is fine. And if you see it, this is the same concept that we had last week. I have not added anything. I pulled off everything off the layout, and I'm going to have to get it cleaned up because, as you can see above Rocky, there is no second level except for the support beam. And so I think I will finally have time today to restore that to its position. So that's the frame that's going to hold the frame that's going to hold up the modules for the second level. So along with that, I didn't have time to go and grab some B-roll or photos for you today. I just ran out of time. But I have a new method for lighting, and that's I can talk about it. Instead of mounting, I have been mounting the LED lights directly to the sub road bed underneath the modules, and that's okay. But I'm experimenting to a new method that I picked up from another guy. I think it's was it the Bellevue Mall Railroad or something like that. He put up track lighting on the ceiling, but he made it with L shape aluminum. And so I said, hey, I could probably do that underneath my support frame, and then it would be decoupled from the modules, so they wouldn't one less thing to unplug to take the module out. So that's what I have. So all the sub roadbed has got there's no lighting on the sub roadbed, but it's on their 8-foot, well, 2 4-foot sections of L aluminum. That's 1 inch by 4 feet. I then screw those in at a couple places to the the frame that supports that will support the modules, and then that means that can stay in place. So that is an interesting thing to get up the stairs, though. It's a 4x8 frame. So anyways, all those lights are there, and I'll be carrying that up once I clear off the area that you see in back of Rocky. Everything is uh, all the stuff is cluttered up again, because that's what happens with flat space in model railroads, right? Every flat space is taken up by either the models or staging areas. So I am afflicted by that. So let's see. I think let's talk about some of the photos that we saw this week. Lots of great photos. Again, we had 11 people that posted. If you're one of the people that doesn't post or could post, go ahead and post to there. I'm still thinking about in the future having an alternative way of receiving photos, but that would change the whole meaning of the show. It's really all about continuing and being able to support people who are posting to Roy's Facebook group and not mine. So um, I don't want to confuse that issue. So I've been holding off on taking photos another way. What I suspect I'll do is eventually just well, we got you in there, Pete, this last month. Pretty sure I recall typing your name in. So if for those of you that did notice, I have changed the way, in fact, JP probably did notice. Hey, Signal Cabin, good evening to you out in Ireland. Okay, so for those of you that did notice, I changed how we're doing the attribution to the people. Unfortunately, uh, I don't really have time to go through and add those attributions to every single photo anymore. So I just put one thing at the start of the sequence. So if you watch the show again, you can just back up a little bit and then you'll see that. And here we go. Here's that train coming by again. And this week is a little bit low on freight, so we only have this one running around. Um, but one is good, one is better than nothing. So there we go. So what do we have coming up in the next few weeks here? Next week, I don't know. Everything has come to a halt in a lot of ways because this is the last couple weeks before I'm going on vacation. Actually, my sabbatical. Hey, that's great news, JP. The catheter is out. Probably still need to take it easy a little bit. So, but good on the road to recovery there. Okay, so next week we'll probably do something layout related. The week after that is the 20th. We'll figure something out. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Of course, it's usual. And then the following weekend will be October 4th. See, I can look at the calendar. Yes, October 4th. And that'll be the last. I'm not going to do the layout photos on October 4th, but I will have a live show. So then October is going to be interesting. October is going to be interesting because I'll have one of those. October 11th, I'll run a shortened version of things. We'll just have layout photos. There won't be a live show after that. And then we will have, let's see, what else? Two more shows, one of which may be an interview with a special guest. I need to step away for a moment here. So I'm going to go off mic and step away from the camera. Might be away for a couple minutes. I'm attend to some things. I am going to, we can switch over to that frame going there. And I'll be right back in a moment here. Okay, sorry about that. We are back, and look, the train did not fall on the ground. Knock on wood. We didn't lose the caboose. There's no knuckles broken. And we got 16 people watching, so thanks for watching. M. Brown says, what's everybody working on? Yeah, let's go around the horn. Kevin Brown, let's see. He's working on T-Track modules. I'm, of course, going to be working on the second level, getting everything mounted up and fixed up, and I have to do some adjustments to some of the support work that I made to accommodate the lighting. Hey, John 2's working on his O scale GG1 diorama. And that is be the subject of a sidetrack Sunday. Is that correct, John 2? Mountain work taking forever. Okay, awesome. But we're loving following your show. And there we go. The train's coming back. In front of Rocky again. Yeah, Willow Creek. Brad says I took his thing off. All right. 7:55 Eastern tomorrow. Watch John 2 continue working on his O scale GG1 diorama. And I haven't been in a mood to do anything since my washer broke. I'm trying to find another one on my price range. Okay, do tell. What did you just buy? New internet service. What did you get, Dwight? Pete says I'm gonna work on lighting in my yard, working on bench work and clean my locomotive wheels. Busy, busy. Okay. Sounds like a good time. And JP says no overtime to resupply, but we'll get more of my yard running. Oh, Dwight's going in on the Starlink. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's going to give him a much better experience. I've been interested to find out what the upload speeds are like. They are lower than the download speeds that people might be used to with some ISPs. You know, a lot of ISPs, in order to get more bandwidth coming down, they limit the bandwidth going back up. So there's a fixed size of pipe. So a lot of places early on, before fiber was prevalent, a lot of the uh, ISPs did this thing where the upload speed was much less than a download. So they might advertise gigabit speeds download, and you still might only get 10 megabits upload. So streaming or doing Zoom calls or things like that require bi-directional, a lot of things suffer from that. So catch a train going around there. Of course, as you can see, I also need to continue to put more of the backdrop behind these scenes, but it hasn't been a super high priority for me because it's at the staging level. But I do have a huge piece of foam core board that I need to cut down and use for those backdrops, and that's the system I am using for my backdrops. I think it'll work well, and I can get about if I cut them right for the second level, I could get. Try and listen here. Train sounds a little bit more noisy than I would expect. Anyways, Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's get some let's get some things in here. So there we go. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Um, do us a favor. We are at we're closing in on 25 away. We're 25 away from 500. And not to let the secret out, but one of the shows, if we don't, I don't think we'll get to 500 in this month. It seems to have slowed down. I got a lot of subscribers, almost 100 subscribers based off of that uh, one of the shows that I did on track for Kato Unitrack. So that was fun. Yeah, there we go. See the train's going back down. Tunnel motors. Okay. Yes. I always get a kick out of Datz's shorts. Cool. And you should all be subscribed to Brad. Somebody can throw up Brad's link there. Cool. I think, are you talking about the signals for the Kato tracks? Yeah. Proto Design does a great job there. I like their products. Um, I just will have limited use for more of them than I have already. Let's see, I can count. I have one, two, three, four, five, six. I think I have 9 total. Hey, thanks, Signal Cabin Joe, for watching the show. Yeah, switch camera views again because Rocky says train's coming again. And if I look into the other room, I can see my dog sleeping on my bed. And Dwight is getting close to 900. There you go. Thanks, JP, for sharing that. Um, that's Brad's thing. So go and give him a thumbs up on his videos and watch his videos and subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, he's I don't know. Maybe he's sulking or just sleeping. Mongo says, "Where's my steak and treat?" Yeah, let's go back and switch it back over to the roundhouse. So yesterday I had an interesting thing. I thought I was giving my Kodachrome a break in, and all of a sudden it stopped, and I couldn't find it on the layout. And what I had forgotten was I left the switch open that took it out of staging and back towards the engine facility. And it had crossed the turntable and onto an unpowered segment, fortunately, in the roundhouse. And so it was stuck with its tail sticking out barely. Luckily, it was on a track that was where the turntable was aligned. Otherwise, it would have fallen into the pit for the turntable. But yeah, I was a little bit panicked trying to figure out. I couldn't find it anywhere on the layout. I was like, "What happened? What happened? Did somebody grab it and run away with it?" Anyways, yeah, I did find it, and I was like chuckling a little bit about that. And luckily, those tracks were unpowered, or it would have plowed its way firmly into the back of the roundhouse. Yeah, so that was a little funny episode. Okay, so does the turnout controller have an auto throw option? You may need that. So there are, of course, options with most of my turnouts go back to Digitrax DS74s, except for the ones that are the proto design ones that they're not programmable. Would be nice, but if you want them programmable, then you'd have to go to JMRI and have that running, which I do not right now. Which should come as a surprise to people because they're like, "Hey, aren't you a tech guy?" But I haven't yet hooked up a computer up here. I don't want to deal with signaling or detection beyond what I have as detection right now in the staging, and I'm going to have it on. I have detection on the infrastructure, but I'm just not into doing all the extra wiring and blocking that's necessary, even with DCC, to have all the detection. It's just like, oh my god, I'm already behind and not getting work done here. I don't need another excuse to not have things done. There we go again. Train's coming back out, and yeah, that's looking good. Looking good there. So, anyways, that's what we've got coming up. Do I have any particular reason why I chose Digitrax? So, I think that when I first got started, that was just a system I went to. There were a few people that I was watching, including this guy called Digitrax Dad, who has never released anything again, unfortunately. But he had some great videos on how he did his setups. But I think he's tired of video production. But great sets of shows. But he was doing Digitrax. A number of other people did Digitrax. Um, Now I know that I think I made that decision before I started really watching Roy Smith. So I saw the NCE systems and I just decided on Digitrax. Yeah, it's too fiddly. It could be fiddly. Uh, I'm just using it for recording when I do the speed matching, but that's about it. Um, and then I do a few of the speed matches, and then I get distracted, and I never make it through my full fleet. Someday, I know. I know. I chose Sigitrax because my S. Okay. Don't know if you had typo or you did that on purpose. All right. Yeah, that's about it. But I actually have. So one of the things I did do when I've been speed matching lately was that I actually, instead of using a, oh, I got it. I got one of those right here. Um, that's Prague. For those you don't know, and of course I have two of these. Let me go to the main camera. Okay, it's S-Prog. Actually produced by, or they were. I thought this guy was in Oregon, but maybe not. Anyways, because it says S-Prog DCC CO UK. So, anyways, I had been using these to do my speed matching, but then I said, hey, I should probably be speed matching with similar voltages that I would see on my layout. Just probably a good idea. If you speed match at a different voltage setting, um, oh, is it? I can't tell. Oh, look, it is a little bit. Yeah, it's because I got the chroma key still set up for this main view. Let's see what else we could do. We have some fun with the chroma key. Is that disappear? Look at that! Look at that! Oh, look! Oh, we can see what's behind me. Yeah, look, there it is. There it is. We found it. Abraham Lincoln, 1616, right there. A little reveal. Um, Great question. So originally, because I had the microphone plugged in, it stopped the audio coming out of my computer. And so I couldn't listen to the photo show. So right before the show, I ran downstairs and got my earbuds. And I got those. I do have these, and I have the over ear ones as well. That's why I've got it. Are you in a reveal cookie for that question? There we go. Look at that. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Fun with Kodachrome, which has always been green screen. Blue screens. The Star Wars stuff was all blue color. They replaced that, but the idea is you take for television, you take a specific color key and you go and replace that, and that allows you to overlay stuff. That was some of their first tricks that they figured out with live TV, and then they applied it into movie making as well. Or maybe they did it with movie making. They didn't do it with film. Film had a different way, but now we're digressing and off the track again. So, yeah. So next week, yeah, we're going to get layout update, or maybe some other content. Okay. It's opposite of many people's skin color, not everybody's. But yeah, it makes less chances of having issues. And certainly, if it was blue, my whole shirt would be invisible now, wouldn't it? And glad I'm looking forward to seeing the last finally the last piece of the prizes from the 400 giveaway. JJ would be naked today. Not exactly how it works, but it's funny. Yeah, I don't think I don't think you want to see more of me. Yes, just invisible. I could illustrate it, but I would have to walk away and grab a green. Other than, you can see the effect. There, look, you can see through my body. Look, oh my God, you can see through me. Oh, yes, I can see through you. Yes, we actually need special, they need to add some dad dad bod redoing for all these like Instagram or TikTok filters, don't they? They have face beautify, but there's only so much you can do. But it'd be nice to have, hey, I've got 20-year-old bod. There was a locomotive in my head. Yep. In fact, okay, just for fun. Okay, the last thing of silliness, pure silliness. We'll go off, walk away from the camera for the moment, and I'll switch hats. And we'll see what this one does. It's not quite a green color. See what happens. Okay, there we go. Look at that. It's still keying in on that. This is a what's neat this week hat. Uh, it's you can see through my head. Look at that. All right, enough of that. I'll switch over as the train is passing through. We'll show what that hat looks like. The light's not doing it the best, but it is a green kind of teal color. But it picked up and said, "Oh, that must be something I need to replace." Yeah, it better because it says that it'll work out to 250 feet or meters or something away from the receiver. So, um, and also the cool thing is it's not taking over my iPhone, so I don't need to worry about having that or having a cord there. Um, at the risk of having both of these on at the same time, I don't think it'll be an issue. But these other ones they just clip on, and they also have this. When the clip is not convenient, there's a magnetic attachment here, so you can actually clip that with the magnet to stuff. So it's using one of these rare earth magnets. Kind of an interesting scenario. So yeah, and they go back into this box. So I could share this link, and you're going to be shocked at the price. Let me go and see if I can scare up the link for you, JP. Let's see. I bought this off of Amazon. It is not one of the most recent ones. Let me see. I'll go and show you. Let's see. We're going to switch over to share the desktop. And there you can see, well, no, as soon as I transition there, now you can see it's a DJI mic. If those of you are familiar with DJI, they make drones and a whole bunch of other things, including an iPhone camera mount Steadicam. But yeah, the price is a bit much. See if you can find these things on sale somewhere. But for two mics, you can buy the single mic version if you want. But you get all these pieces in there. You get the little fuzzies for the wind. So if you're outside, that mic, you can put that little fuzzy thing on the microphone and it won't pick up the wind. And then I will, let's see, how do I share the link? Where's the share? Um, Hold on, I'll find it in a second. Yeah, I don't see it. Where is it at? Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe this is it. Hopefully it's not to my thing. So, okay. There's the link. I'll stop that share. We'll go back over to here. Okay, yeah. So quality cost. Yeah, this is streaming. So I think you pointed out before, but the investment incrementally, and I think that I am going to go over this. This will be one of the non-live shows that I'm going to do for October, um, just to cover some of the investments that you might need to make to get to the point where I'm at, which admittedly I am not close to being a professional at this, but in fact, as you can tell, probably by the bad lighting, see half my face is in shadow. I haven't invested in uh, any lights, or not many. The ones that I have are fairly, I would call dim. I don't have one of those big shining reflector lights. It's just a limit to how much stuff that you want to have. It's not immediately trainer related. Anyways, uh, good lighting is important, but I've got a lot of things that I've acquired in the last year and a half to try to improve the quality of my live streams. And that's just one of them. I also bought, something I haven't used really much at all, a GoPro camera. Haven't used that too much, unfortunately. But anyways, that's probably going to be um, subject of a future show. So we are going to let the train come to a stop right in front of Rocky here. And then we're going to wind it down because somehow it's become 10 o'clock and we made it through 50 minutes, give or take, for this show. And I want to say to everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here week after week with me. Yeah, Steve, I totally agree. And I'm assuming, Steve, that you have help from Roxy in a lot of that. I don't know. what part she pitches in on, and how you two divide up the work on that. But definitely the streaming part. I mean, some people just stop streaming. They just don't want to. They don't want to deal with that all the extra stuff, because it does take away from. I mean, you're doing the hobby. You want to do your trades, right? And then you're like, oh, like if I'm going to do something where I'm building something, um, then you're kind of like, what am I doing this for? Especially if it's stuff that everybody's done before. I don't like to just like say, okay, let's build a power supply. Okay, let's build some bench work. Okay, why do I need to do that when there's other people out there who have a shop who do a much better job of it than I do, who get things perfectly square all the time, who don't have to make everything kind of bespoke. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, JP, I really do enjoy the content that you are able to release. I think you don't have to go to having a remote mic like I do. You could get something simple that might plug into your phone, and you can put your phone in your pocket or something like that. Well, unless you're using your phone to record, but you can get. I do have a cheaper lavalier mics that are, but I never got it to work very well. And so this time, when everybody said, "Hey, we're having mic problems, there's sound problems," I'm like, "Okay, we're going to solve this." So that's when I went out. Great, cool. Everybody should go watch JP's show when he can get to it. He has a great show of it, and yeah, this is the other reason. Oops. Yeah, $40. That's probably good enough. Um, Here's what I wanted to say. Steve, getting back on track. Yeah, a lot of people record and put their things together just to be a record of, hey, what did I do and how did it get here? Now, it would be probably good for me to do a time lapse, and I might do that, a time lapse of actually installing this second level bench work. And I think that would probably be interesting. If for nothing else, of when I do the third level, like, how did I do that again? Okay. Well, I've rambled on for an hour of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Again, thanks everybody for watching. Um, let's see, what doodads do we have here? Um, there was something that we could do somewhere, I thought, but I don't see it right now. That's that part. See more. I wanted to see something. If you bear with me for a second here. Um, there we go. Thank you to everybody. And also, oops, I didn't move the banner. It's in the way, probably. Like and subscribe. If you follow me this long, why not sign up for more? Um, hey, everybody gets inspired by everybody. So having that other people do things their own way, I think is great. I don't think we need uniformity. I think we need other ways of thinking about stuff for how do we do our track. And that applies to other parts of our lives as well. But yeah, it's been great having you all here. And I'm going to call this one out as soon as we go over to Rocky. Rocky reminds me, yeah, I'll be back. And Andy, hot dog pilot Andy, is not here to tell us, get to the chopper. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great weekend and do train stuff. See ya.